I love how when we talk about rap and we talk about hip hop, the spoken word aspect and
Mm-hmm.
the way that it can craft language and craft inspiration for others to sort of just feed off of. Because I'm a trumpet player. My friend Hunter down there, he's a clarinet player. So
Okay.
we understand through instrumental music and we understand, but there is something really valuable through even just spoken word within
Oh, of
rap
course.
and within hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't mind me asking one last question before I hand over the next one to Hunter is, um, has there ever been a moment where when you were working, a word just passes by and you say, "Oh, this is something I want to hold on to. This is something really important to me."
Yeah, there's been a couple times where, ideas and thoughts flash through my head.
Mhm.
Sometimes even when I'm in the studio recording that specific song,
Right.
something will pop in my head like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. People are gonna understand this, and that's gonna be very relatable." Because that's the main goal is being relatable to your listener. You know,
Hmm.
building that bond between you and the listener, and it's just connections, man. That's what we're here for is connecting to
Yep.
people
Right.
all
Yeah.
over the world.
I think that's actually why I started the podcast was to bring people together
Mhm.
through all kinds of music.
Mhm.
And like you said, with the idea of a blueprint, there's no real blueprint for being a good person. But I love how you said that becoming a rapper and
Mhm.
finding your true inspiration is also be learning how to be a good person. And I love
Mhm.
how you said that perfectly. So thank you for saying that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
want to hand over to the next question to Hunter. Hunter, take it away.
Sure. Yeah, and I want to add one thing to that. I think one of the big takeaways of that last segment was uh, I feel like rap, hip hop, vocal music in general has a little bit of a benefit, or not benefit, a little bit of an advantage on instrumental music in terms of conveying your message. Not that instrumental music can't convey a message, but if you play a particular chord, that the sound of that chord, the feeling that's evoked from it is a little bit it's subjective. It won't
Mhm.
make the same people feel the same thing. You
Mhm.
might play a certain set of beats, or we, like I said, play a certain chord, and that means something different to different people. But the
Mhm.
the spoken word is very precise.
Mhm.
And actually the English language is considered the most specific language in the world. We have the ability in English to dictate exactly what we mean more than other languages in the world. And I think that's
Mhm.
something that hip hop artists particularly take full advantage of.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. The way you say it's the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to read a text message. I can't understand how you mean it through the text message, but if
Right.
I can hear how you're saying it, I definitely could understand a lot better. But definitely, man, the spoken word it's a cappella. It's clean. It's right to you. It's right now. It's no other distractions. It's exactly what I'm saying, and how I'm saying it is how it's meant to be sound, or
Yeah.
or how it's meant to be said. So you're correct on it's right on point. It's sharp. It's accurate. Um, I don't want to say there's no mistakes, but the impurities are gone at that point because it's just you and the listener. There's nothing
Yep.
else to distract them. It's like I'm listening to your words, but ooh, did you hear that chord? Like, man, let's run that back. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
now you're lost in the message, and now you're listening to the instruments. Nothing wrong with that, but trying to get
Mm-hmm.
a message across. That's why spoken word is so
Exactly.
poetry. It used to be poems.
Yep.
It used to be people coming together in the Coliseum and creating these poems, and people just like vibing to the poem.
Exactly. That's a very I like that imagery actually. That's very good.
You know.
Um yeah, definitely. And that sort of brings me to my final question of this first segment, which is knowing the genre that you exist in, this hip hop rap genre, knowing where it's been, knowing where it is now, where do you see it heading in the future?
Well, everything goes full circle. Everything comes full circle. So, it once was this way. Now it's evolving, but it's gonna return back to that same, back in the day it was this. Because you look at it like retro clothes are the thing now, like old vintage
Yeah.
clothes is the thing. And back in the day, it was, we can't wait for the futuristic stuff. But now it's like kids are dying for vintage clothes and vintage glasses and all types of oldie things because everything's full circle, in my belief. I
Hmm.
think that everything will return full circle. So, yeah, it once was, storytelling, hip hop. Now it's, uh, yeah, that's where my name comes from. It's my first name, Brandon Law, and then I just put them together, Blaw. Like this music now is just like blah 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 blah. They just saying stuff that sounds good. Most of the time, people just are listening to the beat, you
Hmm.
know, and that's where I think the hip hop is at. But there's certain hidden gems in hip hop, just like there's certain hidden artists in like comic book strips. They go venture off and they create their own comic, and it's like this crazy new thing. Same, that's the same with anything.
Hmm.
Chefs, cooks, you play an you're in a band, but you don't get no shine. You break off by yourself, you blow up.
Right.
It's like that. So full circle. I believe that the music scene will return full circle, and it will go back to storytelling, and I hope just to be one of those storytellers.
Well, you certainly seem to be in the right place for it, so I certainly hope it happens, or at least maybe you could be one of the catalysts to help it happen.
Yes, sir.
Um, and having said that, now we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll talk about some of the songs you wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So, quick little, I guess, plug to us. If you'd like to support this podcast, please go to anchor.com and search Music Speaks Podcast to find a way to reach out to us. And you'll find our social media and ways that you can contribute to this podcast. And we will be right back, sponsored by our friends at Anchor.